Dude, I don't get it, man. YouTube wants to all the vapors, and they just want to, you know.
It's not even just the vapors though, dude. Like they're making all of the big guys, the successful guys, they want them all to stop cursing and be more family oriented.
What? Fuck that.
Yeah, see?
What the hell was that?
Yeah, even you can't even say
I can't say
No, you can't say You can't say you can't say
Can I say Meecroft?
Apparently.
What the where's that even fucking coming from?
I don't know.
It's gotta be like a YouTube god or something. No, don't fucking cuss. You just cussed. You.
He's YouTube.
Google.
So I'm assuming if I can't say 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 I don't even know what we're gonna do.
That, man. I'm gonna keep saying.
You know what we have to say to that, YouTube?
What the f's up, YouTube? Welcome to In Between Two Beards. I'm Justin, aka Dubb.
I'm Ryan.
And today we're doing a full fucking review of the new Wotofo Nudge Squonk box.
The new Wotofo motherfucking Nudge motherfucking Squonker. Anyway, yeah, this was sent to us for the purpose of this fucking review by Wotofo. Unfortunately, they only sent us one, which thank you guys. We're not complaining, but it took us a little while to get the review out because we both had to test it. So anyway, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to jump down and show you one up close, and we'll be right the f back. All right, guys, here's going to be a very quick up close look at the Nudge Squonk box by Wotofo. This is the same packaging we've been seeing on all of Wotofo's new stuff here, and I kind of dig it. Very simple cardboard box, got all the information you need, blah, blah, blah. Inside the box, you're going to get your t-shirt giveaway card as always, and your multi-language user's manual. You're going to get a second silicone squonk bottle, which we're going to talk about these here in a few minutes. You're going to get a spare bag with an extra straw and some spare 30 amp fuses. And then here you have the Nudge itself. Very similar to the RAM box. It's the same size basically as the RAM box. We have the same fire button, the same 510 pin. The only difference is now there's no peak insulator because this thing is entirely plastic. So I guess they don't really need the peak insulator. But you've got this nice kind of faux carbon fiber look here. You've still got the knurling around the button here to where you can turn this and lock the firing mechanism, which I'll be honest with you, this one is actually quite a bit easier to turn than the one on the RAM box was. You can feel that click there, and when it clicks, obviously it won't fire. Down here you've got the little Wotofo pentagram type thing. Now again, we'll talk about this, but I saw something about this metal plate that I wanna talk about later, but we'll talk about that later. Obviously you've got your nice big cutout here, and then your door is being held on by this nice chunky magnet. This door fits almost perfectly. It moves a tiny bit, but that magnet holds it on there very, very secure. So I like that they kept the same design as with the RAM box. Just like the RAM box though, again, and nowhere is it labeled which orientation your battery goes in, but positive down and you should be fine. You still have that little wire down in there that connects the positive to the actual firing switch. So again, technically unregulated, not fully mechanical. Here's that 30 amp fuse right here. I guess this is just an added safety thing. I'm assuming this is like a battery amp protection if it starts to fire at too high of amperage to where your battery would be unsafe. I'm assuming that thing will pop and then, you know, keep you from venting your battery. Here's your silicone bottle. I'm not going to take this out because, again, everything is identical to the RAM box, so watch that video if you want to see like a full breakdown. And these bottles are so squishy that I don't want to get juice everywhere because there is juice in there. But internals are all under this plastic thing here, but honestly, they're exactly like the RAM box. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Quick and to the point, and we'll be right back and see you in a minute.
All right, guys, that was the up close of the new Wotofo Nudge Squonk box.
Yeah, as you can see from the up close, it is very similar kind of overall to the RAM box.
It's almost a carbon plastic copy of the RAM box.
That being said, that's kind of where the similarities end. I mean, it's basically the same thing. It's got the same firing switch. It's got the same internals. They just added that little plastic cover to the 510 and all that area. You've got that 30 amp fuse in there now, which we'll get to in a second. But my biggest, not complaint, but letdown, I guess, from the pictures I saw when they contacted us about this, it looked like it was going to be metal and nice, but it's all just plastic. It's 100% plastic, except for obviously your buttons and your contacts and stuff, but like the actual mod itself, it feels like nothing in the hand. There's nothing to it.
Very light.
Very, very lightweight.
Very light. I guess if I had to give them, like I said, I'm going to give them credit for one thing. The firing button on this, opposed to the RAM box, is much improved.
Much better. It's the same button, but the actual mechanism has been...
Well, not just that, but the button doesn't feel wobbly.
Right,
You know, it's firm. When I press it, I get a good, you know, it feels good. I like the design they put on this, like I said, but I mean, I understand why they used plastic. It's a safety thing.
Yeah, I guess.
But at the same time, I don't know. I'd almost like to see something with a little bit more weight, but...
It's just really fucking insubstantial in the hand, you know?
Yeah. Anyway, my biggest complaint, right off the bat, these bottles, guys. Everybody's raving about these silicone bottles.
I agree. In every squonk review I've ever seen, everyone complains that all these plastic bottles are junk and we want the silicone. Here's my issue, okay? And again, this is only our second forte into the squonking world. This is only the second mod we've ever used the squonk with. These are so soft and squishy. They're nice for when you're physically squonking, but trying to take it in and out of the mod, it just makes a mess because there's just nothing to it, and when you try to jam it back up in there, you just get fucking juice every fucking where, and just, you know, that's the complaint. If we're doing something wrong, let us know, because these silicone bottles, the other thing with the silicone bottles, Wotofo, why black? I literally can't see how much juice I have in here when it's in the mod.
I have to fucking hold it up to the light.
But you got to take it out first to even be able to do that.
Right, yeah,
like when it's in the mod,
it's really tough to see.
With a solid black background of the mod, it's impossible to see how much juice you have. So there's one complaint. Now, I brought it up in the up close. There's that little metal plate on the bottom, and it was there on the RAM too. It's just it has this one has the Wotofo logo, the other one had the Stentorian logo. I saw Heathen's review for this, and he made a point that I had never thought of before. That metal plate makes direct contact. That is one piece with the positive terminal of the battery. It's all one thing.
Was not aware that it was one thing. I thought it was actually a separate piece.
No, that's a straight pass-through thing. If that were to somehow make contact with something metal or otherwise conductive, that could be a problem. Now, I don't put any mod in my pocket, ever. So I'm not worried about it being in my pocket, and I wouldn't put this...
Especially not an unregulated box mod at that.
So, but anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. Now, one other big complaint I have. Overall, the experience is just like the RAM box. You know, it's pretty much the exact same thing. My one complaint, I have the same build... I put the same build in his Rebel that I have in my Dead Rabbit for when I was using the RAM. It just... I don't know if it's an issue with that 30 amp fuse doing it, but it doesn't hit very hard.
Not quite as hard.
There's a .11 build.
Decent vape. It's just not.
It's not hitting hard. The RAM box is
a solid vape.
The RAM box hit pretty hard, and everybody even complained that didn't hit very hard. So I would like to try one that people think hit hard, but a .11 alien build in here, and yeah, it doesn't seem to hit very hard. Again, I'm going to blame that on the fuse. I have no idea if that's true or not, but that's the only thing I can think of, because the only thing different physically to the RAM is that fuse. Now, I like the idea of the fuse, you know, just another added safety
I got to give it credit to Wotofo, guys. They are doing everything in their power to make an unregulated box mod as safe as humanly possible without making it regulated, and I like that. Yeah. But there's, like I said, I mean, I don't know if, like I said, I like the idea of the fuse as long as that fuse is not just another interference with power getting to...
Right, it's just another thing that power has to move through. You know, a real true mechanic mod obviously has nothing. It's just a solid contact, a piece of metal, you know, battery contact,
straight
bam.
battery.
You know, these already, I've heard a lot of people say, again, I haven't used a fully mechanical one, so I can't really say, but a lot of people say there's some battery, or some voltage fall off because of the wire. So now you've got a little bit weaker hit because there's a wire instead of a solid contact, and then you're throwing a fuse on top of that.
Right.
It seems to be kind of killing the whole thing there for me.
Another issue I had with Wotofo. Why would you not include a secondary? I guess it would be a female, or no, that was a male. A male connector.
The cap.
The cap for this, because now I have to, when I remove, but they included a second straw. That's what cracks me up.
Right.
So now if I want to switch, because the whole point of these is to be able to go from juice to juice to juice without contaminant. Right. You know, now I've got to take out the entire assembly and get it on there, make sure it seats right. It's just...
and it's not threaded. That's just that's a friction fit kind of thing with a lip. So it's just, you're going to make a mess trying to put...
Right. So, like I said, guys, I don't want to sound like I'm ripping on the mod. No, it's not a bad mod.
It's not a bad mod. There's just a few little things that
probably one of the bigger pros of this mod is going to be the price.
They're like 35 bucks.
They're like 35 bucks. So that's kind of why we're kind of like, yeah, we got these issues, but at the same time, it's like, okay, but if you compare it to the RAM box, that's a $70 plus mod. This is half the price.
I guess what it really boils down to is, even though this is only the second one of these single battery unregulated squonkers I've used, I'm kind of already over it. I don't care about them anymore. I want to move on to a higher power regulated squonker. So I will give it a pass because it's cheap.
I think this is a great way for somebody who's never squonked before, that doesn't want to break the bank.
To give it a shot, yeah.
To give it a shot. $35. It's not a bad vape. It's a decent vape. It's just not quite as good as the RAM boxes, in my opinion. And like I said, me personally, I'd be trying to find some similarly sized bottles, maybe in plastic though. And a lot of the guys complain about the plastic, but like I said, once again, I really don't know why, because I had no issues with my pinky on the RAM box.
Not at all.
You know, doing that. This, like I said, unfortunately, this makes a fucking mess. Like, unfucking believable fucking mess, man. Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, and again, the fact that they're black and you can't see how much juice you have on them, that really bothers me. It's like, if I could even just find a silicone bottle, okay, sure, we'll get past that, figure out how to do it, you know, cleanly, that I could just see how much juice is in it, then that would be even another step in the right direction. But again, I'm kind of just already over this single battery squonk thing, man.
Well, like I said, I'm going to give anybody that wants to get us to throw it, I'll give it a solid shot. And like I said, it's not that I don't like this. This is a great little squonker for what it is. It's just, but the price is what is selling me on it.
It's kind of like the Peerless. It's like, is it the best of its kind? No, but for the money, price, you almost can't go wrong at least trying it.
Speaking of, man, I gotta give a quick shout out. First time using the Recoil Rebel with a squonk pin in it.
It works.
And it works great. The only issue I have with that, just on a little side note, I'd like to see, because it comes with a new post and a new pin, I'd like to see the new post already come with a peak insulator, so I don't have to switch the insulator over.
And screws.
And screws.
It doesn't come with screws. You have to swap those out. But
right. So
this isn't about that.
Just a little FYI, but solid.
If you're a squonker and you thought about getting
$10, get the pin.
Thought about getting the squonk pin for the Rebel, do it, because it does work very, very nicely. They did design that very well to where you can squonk very easily with the Rebel.
However, I will say, if we could just find like maybe a hard, it'd be really cool, man, if they had some form of like a hard base with a silicone down here.
Yeah.
And then that way I could use my fingers to kind of up into it. And it was clear. This would be awesome, because it is really effortless with your finger to squeeze that. But Like I said, guys, beard approved. I
would say half beard approved. We're gonna give it one of these.
I don't know. Yeah. I really don't know, guys. I'm not gonna say it's a bad mod, but I'm not gonna say it's a great mod.
I think my main issue is I haven't tried enough of the other ones. Like I haven't got to try the Athena from Geek Vape. I haven't got to try the Pulse from Vandy Vape and Tony B. I haven't got to try any of those, so I don't have anything else to compare it to. The only thing I can compare it to is the Stentorian RAM, and that one is just better.
I mean, but once again, it's double the price of what this is. So, out of 10 stars, I'm going to give this a 5.
I'll give it a 5.
A 5.
Right, it's kind of right there.
It's right there in the middle.
It's not great. It's not terrible. It's just kind of, it's just scooting by.
If somebody, am I going to recommend it? I'll recommend it to the vapor that wants to get into squonking, but not break the bank. And it's, I mean, it's so simple.
I can tell you right now, don't drop it.
Yeah,
that plastic
it's not gonna. But then again, the RAM box, I don't think would survive a drop test either. But once again, guys, if you're gonna squonk unregulated, just remember safety, 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 safety. Educate yourselves. Use high drain batteries. You know, get online. Everybody will help you the best of their ability. Make sure you're using the right ohmed out coils and everything. Like I said, just be real safe, guys. That's our biggest thing for anybody going unregulated.
Know what you're doing before you try an unregulated device. This is more of a hobbyist thing than a beginner thing, period.
Right.
I wouldn't recommend these to anybody. Just, hey, I smoke and I want to stop. Should I get that? No, don't. You know, but anyway.
But that's going to be all for us this week, guys. If you guys like the video, give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment if you have any questions. You want to say, hey, Beards, f*** you, fucking whatever. We get it. You can find us on all our social media. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all at inbetween2beards. If you want to drop us a line professionally or just to say hey, whatever, check out our email. It's inbetween2beards@gmail.com. And on that note, we want to give a big shout out to one of our fans that wrote into us on an email, Lee T.
We're just going to say Lee T. Don't want to give out the full last name. Lee T. Thank you so much for the email.
That makes us really want to keep doing this, guys.
We have periods where we're talking on the phone about the future of the show, and you know, sometimes it's kind of, oh, that video didn't do so good as that video did, and it's kind of discouraging. But we get an email like we got from Lee, and
it
it's
makes
just
us really want.
It's a kick in the balls, saying, hey, shut the f up, stop f***ing complaining, and do your f***ing job as a f***ing reviewer.
Right.
So anyway, thank you so much for that.
We do appreciate it, guys. Remember, once again, we're coming to the end of the month here. There's going to be some changes coming up in the following year. We are taking a break at the beginning of the year once we get these last couple of reviews knocked out. And like I said, guys, we got a lot of crazy stuff in store for 2018. So we're going to let you go here for now. And until next video,
Vape on.
Vape on.
So, are we really gonna censor all of our videos from now on?
No, fuck that. Fuck YouTube. We're not being paid anyway, man.